Welcome to the SEO plus AI show. My name is Josh Bashinsky. Today I'm joined with my co-host, Greg Bassani. Say hi there, Greg.
Hey guys, how's it going today for everybody?
I'm doing very
And
well.
you, Josh.
Thank
You
you for.
sound better.
I'm slowly getting better a little bit. I'm watching my heart rate on this thing, and I'm slowly getting better from this chest infection. And we're also joined, luckily today, with our local guru Ryan Mazie. Say hi there, Ryan.
Hey everyone, happy Tuesday morning, if you're
Happy
watching
Tuesday
from.
morning. Yeah. So just a couple housekeeping things to get through. This is the SEO plus AI show. We are the finest place on the YouTubes to find information about SEO and artificial intelligence using AI for SEO. That's all we do. That's all we do all day long is find ways to use AI for SEO, to automate SEO, to make SEO faster. Today we're going to be doing a continuation of my SEO tips. I'm going to be starting at SEO tip 8, which is going to be today is going to be in general about all how to find keywords using artificial intelligence. Find your SEO keywords faster, more efficiently, and more cost effectively than everybody else. That's what we're going to be going through today. So watch for those secret tips. Make sure we have two different shows. We have this live show that if you're watching it at 10 a.m. Pacific time on a Tuesday morning, then you're watching it live. Congratulations. You found it. You found us. And make sure you click the bell and slap the monkey and punch the goat and whatever ding dong things you need to do down here to make sure that you're getting messages from our YouTube when we go live. Then you can watch the show live as well. You can ask any SEO questions you want. I'm more than happy to answer any SEO questions or AI questions for that matter that you might have. Go ahead and put them in the chat, which should be on this side somewhere, and or put them in the description, and I would be happy to answer them there as well. So a long-running segment on the show is Josh actually broadcasting properly? So let's go look here at the YouTubes to see if that is the case. Yes, it looks like I am broadcasting properly. Is there audio? AI questions for that matter. There is audio. Okay, great. Doron says, no beer, no SEO. But do you know what's in this cup? No one knows what's in this cup. It's one guy, one cup. No, sorry, bad joke. There's some liquid in it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's just water. Josh is feeling sick lately. So, but still, it still powers the SEO. So let's get to it. So last week I did 7 golden SEO tips for you guys. If you haven't seen that, go back, watch last week. Also, I'll be releasing each tip as a short. So you're going to get a whole course of how to do SEO. This is a whole SEO course of how to do SEO in little bite-sized chunks. So SEO tip 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go through things you've never heard of, right? I've been doing SEO for 25 years. I've been doing this a very long time. I've been teaching people how to do it for 7 years, if not longer. I actually taught courses on this back in, in the early 2000s. So I've been teaching SEO for a very long time and doing it for a very long time. And at the college and university level as well, and teaching it. And I know things about it that people kind of, just anybody who's been doing it this long will see these kinds of things that, some really important tips that will make or break your game completely. I know some tips here that are going to make or break your game completely. So let me change the view here to me because I want all the camera to myself. And I'll share my screen in a second and go through the next 4 or 5 tips, which are going to be all about. And so again, you're going to get an SEO course and just little bite-sized tips. I'll be releasing those shorts on Thursday, I believe. Or you can also watch the show live when I do them, if I do them on the show. And you can see the produced show on Fridays as well. That is missing all my mistakes and flubs and ums and ahs. And my beautiful, wonderful video editor and producer, Raluca, over in Spain, if I recall correctly, makes me look as good as possible. So again, thank you, Raluca. Here's my big heart emoji thing for you. Now, so today what we're doing is I'm going to be showing you about how to find keywords with AI. So let's get to it. So let me share my screen here. Let me do this and do that and do these things and do the stuff. Are we ready for the stuff? If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the side there. Okay, so SEO tips. So this is all about getting started. It is February 2024, actually. Okay, so here's the next tip that we're going to do. SEO tip number 8, find the low-hanging fruit searches to try to rank for using AI quickly and efficiently. So you want to find, SEO tip number 8 is find the SEO keywords you want to rank for using AI. You have to use AI to do this because you need to do this quickly and efficiently. Now you might be like, what do you mean, Josh? A couple tips ago, if you haven't watched them, you might be like, is this finding the boosting keywords? No, that's another tip that's coming up. This is finding the searches that you want to rank for to begin with. It's a lot of people call it finding the low-hanging fruit. By that they mean finding the easiest keywords. But not only do you want to find the easiest keywords, the easy keywords are going to help you for sure. But you need to find the easiest keywords that also make you the most money, or make your client the most money, or going to make your business the most money, your boss, your CEO the most money. It is very easy to rank for some 8-word long tail keyword that nobody's trying to rank for and that doesn't make any money. That's not the point. And I mean, you can use that strategy if you need to. If you need to get a quick win to show somebody you know what you're doing, try to rank for something super, super easy that doesn't exist. And yeah, you can do it like that. It's not hard, right? The trick, of course, is trying to rank for something that is making a lot of money. That's the trick. And so keyword trends and search trends in the general populace change dramatically over time, right? And you might think it's easy. I used this example before, but I'll use it again. You might be like, Josh, okay, I don't need to do this phase. I don't need to go look for the easy searches to rank for. I'm a chiropractor in Winnipeg. I want to rank for chiropractor Winnipeg. And my answer is nope. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. You need to do the keyword research to see what people are searching for, one. And two, maybe chiropractor Winnipeg, Manitoba, or locksmith Toronto, Ontario, maybe that's too hard of a keyword to go for to begin with. You get one chance to please Google. One chance. Has anyone ever told you that before? No, I bet they haven't. You have one chance to please Google. They will try you on page one. Ever seen this before? They will try you on page one, and then they will punch you off page one. Do you know why that happens? That happened because your page wasn't good enough, because you didn't have the authority, you didn't have the quality, you didn't have the expertise, the experience, the trust. You didn't have the semantic keywords. You did not have everything in place you needed to have. You weren't ready to convert. You didn't have the conversion funnel all optimized so that when people go to your page, their problem is magically solved in the most helpful, sexy, fast, awesome way, which is what you need to do to rank on page one these days. Make no mistake, you cannot have a thin page. You cannot have an obviously made for SEO page. Those days are over, right? And so you got to page one, but then they punted you off. And then they may not ever try you again. They might be like, yeah, seen it, been there, done that, and they never try you again, right? I've seen that. This does happen. So you need to find the low-hanging fruit keywords to go for first to get wins now, to impress your clients, to impress your boss, to prove to yourself you can do it, to show your methods are working for yourself as a diagnostic, to build up the authority. You need to build up the authority. You need to build up the trust. You need to build up the signals that Google knows that you are a trusted entity. They can rank you on page one safely. They can trust you. You need to do that by knocking it out of the park. You need to knock it out of the park with the easy pages that go to page one and stick. They need to stick, okay? So, and it's not a slam dunk. You can't just guess. And the more you guess, the more you're risking your SEO business. Your entire SEO business, you can't guess, right? I don't know if anybody watches Oak Island out there. It's a very popular show. But, Rick and Marty are looking for the gold on Oak Island. And what have they done for the last 10 or 11 or 12 seasons? They've made wild guesses as to where the treasure is. And guess what? They haven't found it. They didn't find it. They haven't found anything yet. No gold, no treasure whatsoever, except for tiny little trinkets here and there on the other part of the island. So I don't want to get into a big argument about, well, they found this and they found that, and what about the six-sided structure? I don't want to talk about that. It's just a metaphor, okay? But that's what happens when you guess. What if a brain surgeon was just guessing? Oh, well, we don't know what part of your brain we should cut into to find the tumor. We're just going to go in there and dig around. An industry doesn't work that way. A real job doesn't work that way. You need data, you need analytics, you need to find the low-hanging fruit of what you want to rank for. Trust me, I've been doing this 25 years. You need to find if you want to succeed and be a successful SEO over time, you need to get the data, do the research. You need to find the low-hanging fruit to rank for that also has a lot of money behind it, generally speaking. That's the sweet spot you want to be in. And so I hope that makes sense to you. You don't know what to go for until you analyze, and so you need to get the keywords that'll let you stick. Otherwise, Google's going to punch you out. So there's a process to ranking, and you have to rank for the easy stuff first and build it up, and then you can go for that big, juicy head term keyword. Then you can go for chiropractor Winnipeg. You need to rank for top 10 tips to choosing a chiropractor in Winnipeg, whatever it is. You need to rank for those kinds of things first, and then you'll still get clients from it, just not as many. And then you'll rank for then you will rank for chiropractor Winnipeg, and that's what you need to do. Greg, if you don't mind, I'm just going to mute you, and if you want to say something, go ahead and just jump in. Yes, good. You heard me? Yes, perfect. Okay, great. Okay, so let me show you. So how would you use AI to find these niches that you want to rank for? Let me show you really quickly. So this is what you need to do. You need to find the low-hanging fruit you want to rank for. Let me just quickly see if there's any questions. Gift light bulbs says, great joke, Josh. Now I must watch that video again. 2 girls, 1 cup. Oh no, I didn't mean to start that. Doran says, please, I'll pay you $5 to say that again to my client. One shot or wait till maybe the next core update. Yes, exactly. I mean, anyone who's been doing SEO a long time knows what I'm talking about is true. Okay, so here is the AI you should be using to find very easily the keywords that are going to have the best keyword revenue ballpark potential, the money behind them, but also will show you what are the easiest keywords to go for. So all you do is you put in these seed ideas in here, right? So you're like, okay, Josh, so SEO tip 8.1, how do I find what niches to start off with? So here's another SEO tip for you, 8.1. It's all part of finding the right niche to be in, right? So SEO tip 8.1, how do I find the right keywords how do I find the right niches to be in? Well, this is what you do. First off, you can be watching Google Trends. You can use Google Trends and have an idea of what's going on. And you could check the related queries and be like, okay, this is breakout. This is what people are talking about. This is what people are interested in for these different things. Interesting. Okay. You can use Google Trends completely free. You can also go here. You can either do that or you can go here. And I'll just give you some pro tips for doing this for 25 years. Put in services, and our AI is going to cast a wide net, and it's going to find all the stuff in services. Then put in products, and click get results. Services and products. And let's say there's 2 different kinds of SEO, 2 different fields of SEO that I talked about before. I talked about doing SEO for yourself and doing SEO for a client. Doing SEO for a client, a quick reminder, is you're charging them a consulting fee, or you're an in-house SEO, or you're an agency that charges a consulting fee, right? So a consultant who gets really, really big, they need an agency. That's just the natural progression. Ryan will tell you. And then Greg will tell you as well. And then you charge clients to do SEO. Great way to make money, works all day long. Also, if you do it for yourself, and these 2 are not mutually exclusive, you can do both. If you do it for yourself, you can do rank and rent. You can rent pages up highly, like for realtors or something like that, or for lawyers, and then you rent it out to realtors and lawyers, and they pay you a monthly recurring revenue to capture all the leads from these pages. So all you're doing is ranking it, and you let them convert, and you just get a rental fee. Great way of making recurring revenue. I'll talk about that in the future, the SEO course and future tips. Or you can sell your site. You can rank it up highly for lucrative queries. You can make some money by ads or by renting it out. And if you don't like it or it doesn't work, you can always sell that website for lots of money. One of my students sold a site for 500 million euros. That's a true story. You can watch the videos. I have it here on my channel. So those are the 2 ways of making money in SEO. So this scenario might occur to you. We're still in SEO tip 8.1. And SEO tip 8 as well. Your client comes to you and says, well, we want to make money online. We don't know how. Find niches that will make money for me. That's 1. 2, you might be like, okay, how do I make money online on my own, Josh? How do I make money online? How do I make money from home? Well, you could do rank and rent. You can sell. You can do informational pages, although I'm not so keen on that. And then you can do digital real estate. And then how do you find the niches to rank for? Easy. You fire up SEO Copilot, get the free trial. You can get a free trial for 14 days. Go to SEOcopilotai.com. Also, look in the description. Subscribers to my channel get a 10% off coupon. Look at my description, and you'll find the 10% off coupon for our very low fee after that, which is like it starts at like $50, and then the next tier I think is 144 after that. And you can find keywords all day long, right? That make you money. Look at the money that's available here, right? That make you money, but also that are easy. And what you do is you just start plugging words in here. Services, products. You can do business, Services, that's a good one that can find you some money quite often. And you can fire in just different seed ideas, right? If you're like, Josh, I'm interested in, I don't know, I'm a painter. I want to know what painting queries I should be ranking for. Okay, well, let me put in business services here. Okay, fine. So if you could be painting, just put in painting and say get results and start seeing what money is behind different things. Start seeing how you can drill down and see where you're finding easy keywords to rank for, and you can start making educated guesses and narrowing your search and your scope as to where it is you want to go. So I've already done this for a bunch of things. You see, products makes a lot of money. There's a lot of money behind products online, obviously. E-commerce is a huge multi-billion-dollar per year industry where people make a lot of money. Another place where people make a lot of money is advertising. Advertising is another really good one. Painting in general, there's money behind painting as well. We have 10,000 keyword ideas for you to look at. You start really general at the top, and then you start focusing and drilling down after that is what you start doing. So you can do this to decide what kind of informational pages you want to make on an informational site for yourself. For rank and rent sites for yourself, you could put in real estate. Real estate is another good one for rank and rent. You can start doing law or lawyer. That's another good one for rank and rent. You could put those in here and start just seeing, okay, well, how much money are behind these? Oh, wow, look. In general, if you were ranking number 1 on Google for advertising, I don't think you'd make $3 million. This is just a rough guess. This is a rough guess. This is not a promise of what you'll make. It's a rough guess to know how much money is behind it based on the average CPC people are paying and the traffic and some AI logic based on the conversion rates. But there's a ton of money behind advertising, right? Google is one of the richest companies on the planet. And the reason why is because they're an advertising company. That's why. They get all their money from their paid ads. And then you just start in law. I mean, there's a lot of money behind law there as well, obviously. Way more money. So here's a great example. If you were like, if your boss came to you and was like, we need to make blogs to make money, or your client came to you, we need to make blogs to make money, or you came to yourself and said, I need to make a blog to make money. Should I do a law blog or a real estate blog? Well, generally here, law makes almost 10 times the amount of money than real estate does. And so theoretically speaking, you have 10 times the chance of getting good rental fees for renting those pages out after you get them ranking on page 1. Or conversely, you have 10 times the raw chance, generally speaking, to have better affiliate fees here or better client fees here because lawyers have a lot more money than real estate agents do. And this is hard numbers. That is an apples to apples comparison between this niche and the other niche, right? It's an apples to apples comparison between niche 1 and niche 2. Okay. So that is how you would look for the different niches you'd look for and the different areas you'd look for there. Now let's drill down. Now you said, Josh, you need to find the easy keywords. Okay, look at this keyword here I've done earlier for a client, white label photo booth. And check this out here. This is an excellent example of how to find both lucrative keywords, but also keywords that are easier to rank for. So in SEO Copilot, our Copilot AI does all the analysis for you. This takes 9 hours to do, to analyze the different factors of competition, looking at your competitive analysis. We have the best, absolute best competitive analysis in SEO Copilot. Again, you could try it free. It's not expensive. It is the best AI to do this. Definitely should check it out. You will be very surprised and you'll make a lot of money. I have the stats to prove it. Go watch our last all hands meeting where you will actually get good results from this, right? Now look at this. Photo shoot booth, photomatic booth. Look at all these keywords. They all are got the same, they're all equivalent keywords, right? In terms of query interpretation, which our AI will analyze for you as well, these are all the same keywords, but some are easier to rank for than others. Like photo shoot booth is way easier to rank for. It's in fact, how easy is it, Josh? I can give you an exact objective number this AI can give you, and you should be looking for, that's the tip, is that you should be using an AI that does all this for you. You should be looking for an AI that can tell you objectively, not subjectively, not just based on links, but based on multiple different factors that a very complex AI is analyzing, that can tell you very quickly what is easier objectively speaking, and not just making a guess, not just eyeballing it. Because the age of eyeballing it is over. Just like the brain surgeon that eyeballs it, they're not going to make any money. Rick and Marty sadly haven't made any money so far, at least by finding the treasure, because they've been eyeballing it and guessing. Now they're getting closer because they're using science. This AI is using science to know objectively what is easier. And I can tell you this is 40% easier than every single other keyword in our system, which is getting in the hundreds of thousands at this point. It's very, very accurate. And so if you need to ask, or your client asks, and my client did, asked, what should I be trying to rank for here, Josh? Should we go for photo booths for rent? The answer is, well, it's minus 2% easier. It's of average difficulty. But no, I would go for a photo shoot booth. You'll show up for all these other queries when you get trusted enough, and it is way easier to rank for this one. It's 40% easier than all the rest. That is a perfect example of when you're comparing apples to apples keywords in general, and these ones in specific that look all the same, and Google does replace them, and people who have Photomatic booth rank for photo shoot booth, and people who have photo shoot booth can rank for photo booth booth. That's a weird thing, photo booth booth. You can rank for all these different ones, but you should be choosing the easier one to rank for, which is, that's the tip for 8 and tip for 8.1. And what you need to do is sort by final ROI here. Sort by final ROI, which will bring up the most lucrative keywords that are also the easiest. And that's how you would start planning out your clusters, which I'll talk about in SEO tip number 9. So that's SEO tip number 8. You need to find SEO tip number 8 and SEO tip 8.1. No matter whether you're doing SEO for yourself or SEO for a client, you need to start the campaign off with finding the right searches to rank for that are both the easiest to rank for, but also make you the most amount of money. You don't necessarily have to go for the long tail queries to start off with. I found you some head term queries, and I found my clients some head term queries using that AI. And the tip is you've got to use AI to do this because you have to do it efficiently and quickly before everyone else beats you. That's the only way to stay lucrative and stay relevant in SEO as we move into this AI period. So that's SEO tip number 8. Ryan and Greg, I have a little fluff here. Sorry, I got to get rid of this. It's bugging the hell out of me. My OCD, it's bugging me. Ryan and Greg, let me know. Do you guys have any suggestions about that? Any tips about that? Any comments about that? Ryan, I'm sure you probably would have a lot to say about it. Sorry, Ryan, you're still muted.
You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure can.
I mean,
Yep.
I agree with most of what you said. I'm trying to think if there's like a unique point that I can kind of bring in. Well, man, I'm feeling on the spot, and I don't know why my brain's not working.
No problem. Boom! Teach me
Yeah.
SEO now, right? No, but I mean, I guess you definitely would probably agree that if you have two choices that are otherwise equal, you can rank for a keyword that will make your client a lot more money. That is super easy, minus 40% easy, a head term, two words.
Yep.
Or you can rank for a keyword that is 6 words, just as easy, minus 40%, but it only has 10 searches a month, and it makes no money whatsoever. If they're both equally as easy, you should definitely go for the one that makes more money, right?
Yeah, get that money. That's something we have in our 100%. I would 100% agree with that. And if your client for some reason is stuck on the other keyword, politely tell them to listen to your advice, and they pay good money for it. These small decisions like that play into the larger success when you guys have your review calls and they're thinking about adjusting their expenses. What matters in the end is how much return they're getting on their investment. So it's important that you see the value in the different keywords and don't be afraid to push for what is the right answer. As an internal SEO or as someone who's managing a client, you may ruffle feathers now and then, but believe me that when they look in hindsight and they see that their business is making more money and it's due to your efforts, those conversations become very valued. So yeah.
Yeah, that is, I want to thank you, Ryan, for saying that, because that is golden advice. It's definitely golden advice. And there's a way to approach it that you ruffle the least amount of feathers. And you could show them, hey, look at, This one they're equally as easy, but this one makes way more money and has way more searches. We should definitely try for this. You know, you could try for both, but quite frankly, if you have to choose one or the other, and that's the point, if you have to choose one or the other, because there is limited time, there's a finite amount of time to rank in terms of your hours you spend per day, but there's also a finite amount of time in this race of doing SEO before the competitors beat you and you run out of money to do SEO. That's a race too that people don't consider. You need to rank higher, faster. You need to rank higher, faster than your competitor. How about that's SEO tip number 8.2. You need to rank higher, faster than your competitors. People don't think of the time frame, but they don't realize that everyone's spending thousands of dollars per month to rank, and that's usually what it costs, by the way, thousands of dollars per month. Everyone's spending thousands of dollars per month to rank. Whoever gets there faster gets into the traffic stream, gets into the money stream if they've chosen their keyword properly, remember previous tips, and then they win and everyone else fails and they have to go do SEO somewhere else, or they don't do SEO at all anymore. Sadly, that's the reality of it. So not only do you have to rank higher, SEO tip number 8.2, not only do you have to rank higher, you have to rank higher faster. And the way to do this, to find the niches, the tip is both you need to find the searches you should be trying to rank for by using a formula of ease plus how much money is behind it. But the other part of the tip is you need to do this faster than everybody else. And in order to do that, you need to use AI to do it. So you need to find the searches to rank for, and you need to do it faster than everybody else by using AI. All right, let's check to see quickly if there's any questions here before I move on to SEO tip number 9.
Let me give you, Josh, I'll give you my take on it.
Please.
The way I look at these things is, from just doing SEO, before coming into your group and everything, is standard stuff. Look at your competitor, steal their keywords, use Ahrefs and SEMrush, go for the easy KD, and it's kind of the lazy way, and people think that's, I guess, the best way. And I think this is something where people need to really listen and learn on this show that it's actually easier, technically, our AI, and it's 10 times better because of what it analyzes. And I think people do the way I've mentioned is because it's does not take as long. Number one, it's what they hear and they believe in it, and they can use tools that they trust like Ahrefs and SEMrush, but they're not realizing that the AI in SEO Copilot does it just as fast, if not faster.
Oh yeah,
but 10 times better.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that just people need to really evaluate and be like, okay, maybe stealing competitor keywords is not the best idea anymore. That has worked for me maybe once or twice, but 20% is not a great batting percentage. I think that's what I would bring to the discussion, tip 8.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. And that's the promise of AI that people are starting to wake up to and realize we're in the AI age where AIs are smart. And if smart people build them, and I take AI very seriously, and Greg and I have engineered this thing, and to use my 25 years of experience and also my 10 years of experience working in AI as well, to actually do some of the thinking for you, right? Instead of just analyzing links and then making some kind of, quite frankly, completely wrong keyword difficulty based on links and leaving out all 199 other factors and just relying on one factor, which obviously is wrong and not good. That's what the age of AI is doing, right? It's doing some thinking for you, and now real AIs that actually do some thinking for you are starting to come out, like our SEO Copilot. Yeah, for sure. And another interesting thing I want to mention is that you're absolutely right. And we're no different. We're still looking at competitor keywords because every keyword is a competitor keyword. Someone's ranking on page 1 for it. So it's a competitor keyword, right? Every keyword is a competitive keyword unless it never existed before, which Ryan is brilliant because this is a trick that Ryan does, is that he asks his client to see what's new and coming up and for things people aren't even searching for yet. And then he builds the pages and he ranks number 1 for them like that because he's the only one making pages for it. So boom, that's after 25 years of SEO. You can Google Rand Fishkin. He talks about this too. He used to be a big SEO guy in Moz. I don't think he does that anymore at all. I've been in this a long time. People's careers have risen and fallen during the breadth of my career in this. Like people who were like household names before are completely gone, like Matt Cutts and Amit Singhal and Fran Fishkin and people like that. Anyway, that's an old trick, right? You find out what's going to happen beforehand, and then you make pages for it already. And our AI will help you with this as we build in more features into SEO Copilot, getting it to be checking out the data streams of what's new and fresh, and it'll tell you in the keywords as well. That functionality will be built in as well. There was a question here. School Me says, what tool is that? That's SEO Copilot, my friend. You can go into my description and you can get a 10% discount for being a subscriber. Just go to SEOCopilotAI.com. Doran asks a couple questions. He says, could you do both by semantically related and use both terms and rank for passage indexation? Yes. Yes, you can rank for multiple keywords on a page. We do this slightly differently than everybody else, which I'm about to show you in tip number 9 is how we would build out clusters and how we would do this. So let's get right to that. Let's do SEO tip number 9. So let me go back here. Okay. So SEO tip number 9, structure out your pages and clusters using AI quickly and efficiently. So that's SEO tip number 9. You need to structure out your pages and your clusters, but you need to do so faster than everybody else. You need to do it quickly and efficiently. And you need to do it in a way that you also use SEO tip number 8's philosophy, is that everything you do, you need to maximize. You need to optimize your results. That's why SEO is called SEO, search engine optimization. You need to do this the most ideal way, the optimal way. It's not search engine guessing. It's not SEG. It's not search engine M, make it up. It's not search engine F, fumbling towards ecstasy, to quote the Sarah McLachlan CD from 1990 something. You need to do it optimally, right? So let me show you very easily how we would do this with SEO Copilot, of how you would build out your clusters. Let me share the screen again. Okay, so let us go here. So let's say this is the main this is the main index page content, or this is a main page content. Either it can be the index page content, and I have all the pages underneath it, or this EMQ I'm working on could be a part of the level 1 hierarchy or wherever it is. And we're talking about building out pages that you can link, and people they have different ways they like to do the linking. People have different ways they like to do the linking. Some people like to do a flat structure where everything is linked from the index page and then down like this. Some people like to do a tree structure. Some people like to do a big family graph structure. Some people like to do circles. All the linking can get really complex. I'm not going to go over how all the linking we would do it here. That might be a future tip. But however you're doing the linking, everyone knows, and it's no secret, bigger sites rank better, and you need to cast a wide net to try to rank for as many keywords as possible. But you need to do this. So that's SEO tip number 9, is how to build that wide net, how to build out more pages. How would you build out the cluster? How would you choose what topics? This is the tip. You need to choose the right topics to put in that cluster. And you need to do that with the philosophy of SEO tip 8, which was you need to find what ranks, has the most money, and is the easiest to rank for. So that once you do photo shoot booth, you already have one page on all these ones. These are all the same. So you would ignore all these, right? This is the same keyword, same year-over-year change, same Google Ads, same monthly. These are the same keyword. Then you would go down to photo booths for rent. Okay, so I'm gonna do photo shoot booth. Then I'm gonna have a page on photo booths for rent, and that will include all these. You could also do picture booth rental on a separate page, even though it's the same query. Quite frankly, it's different enough. You might want to try it. Then you can do photo booth, that's the main head query. But you wouldn't do this one because, again, it's a very tough niche. This one is very, very tough. Plus 86% hard to rank for photo booth. This one you wouldn't do right away. Even if you built it right away in a cluster of pages you're charging the client for, you wouldn't expect it to rank right away, right? So I wouldn't bother making it right away. You're not ready for it yet. You're not ready for it, Padawan. You need to practice the force more. You need to rank for lower, easier, anything that says easier here, you need to rank for. And you can go down when it's sorted by final ROI. You see it's sorted by final ROI, the final return on investment. And that at the end of the day is what you need. You need a return on investment is what you need to do, what you need to build. And you can go down and just be everything that's easier, average difficulty or easier, that's what you want to go for. I can move this over here actually. What is average difficulty easier? Ignore everything that's tough. I just ignore photo booth near me because, quite frankly, that's more of a, unless you're doing a local play, you would rank for that. You would try for that. But I'm doing global. So then 360 photo booth rental still looks tough. It's like 33%, too tough. Go with the average difficulty. Go with the easier stuff first. That still has the most money behind it. You see the money going down. The keyword revenue ballpark of what you might make per month, given that it's low competition, given that it's much more popular this year of 11%. People are paying $2 for it. That means the Google economist said for every $1 people spend with AdWords, they make $2, so it's a 1-to-2 ratio. And if this is low, we keep it at a 1-to-2 ratio. So you're making $5 on average per customer, 10,000 searches, minus 30% for ranking number 1, minus about a 5% conversion rate. That's the money that's how we calculate the rough revenue ballpark. And it's only average difficulty. So you would go down the list, you'd click everything that's an average difficulty. You'd click all these things, right? You'd click this one. You could find the boosting keywords immediately just by clicking here, or you can click copy, or you can export to CSV. You click all these different ones that you want to rank for here. Photo boosts for rent, that's a different one. Then I want to rank for, that's too tough. Then I want to rank for, I'm ignoring the near me's. You'd click the ones you want to rank for. Average picture booth wedding. Here we go, getting into weddings. These are just average difficulty, much better than tough. Wedding picture booths, these are all the same. So these are the same ones, so you wouldn't click multiple ones. You don't want keyword cannibalization, right? Here's the danger. If I clicked all three of these, if I clicked picture booth wedding, wedding photo booths, wedding picture booth, they all have the same score. That means Google will interchange all these searches, right? If you're ranking for picture booth wedding, you will also rank for wedding photo booth photos and wedding picture booth if you have enough trust and authority. So you don't want to click all three of them. If you would just have these 3 pages competing against each other, and that's tip 9.1, avoid keyword cannibalization. When you're going through your AI tool to select what is the easiest to rank for that makes you the most money, you don't want to select all the ones that have the same score. You want to select different ones that will rank for the same general converted match query is what I call it, or the general query interpretation. So you just go down the list, and here's a new one, party. Okay, then photo mirror booth. That's a different one. Okay, then you go down. This is a tough niche. I don't want this. Easier. Picture booth rentals for wedding. It's different. See, here's another thing. You might think, Josh, I don't want to make a page for picture booth rentals because it's the same as the wedding photo booth one, isn't it? No, it is not. Look, it has a different cost per click from Google Ads, and it has a different search volume. Different cost per click, different search volume, and it's up 27%, whereas these ones were down 9%. So here's a golden example of why you need to do keyword research to find the right niches to rank for. And then this one is easier. How much easier? Ooh, it's 18% easier. Great. Look, nobody is trying to SEO for this. Look, no one knows how to do SEO for this, right? If you have this in the right places for your on-page SEO, which I'll teach you how our system does it in future courses. And you can also join Underground SEO University if you want to get really in-depth on how to be a winning SEO consultant, which both Ryan and Greg are members. I will get much more in-depth with this, but it's easier. It's 20% easier. So you'd want to go for this one because it's a different query. Google thinks this is a different query. See, that's another reason why you can't guess how Google mind work. Sorry, no guessing Google mind work. I'm losing. I'm talking too much. This is why you can't guess how Google's mind works, because it doesn't make any sense. It's not a human mind, right? For some silly reason, they think this is a different query than these ones are, although they think these ones are all the same and different than this one. So you need to have a page both ranking for this and trying to rank for one of these, the easiest one, which will be this one at the top. This one is 4%. This one is 7%. And they get tougher. This one is a tough niche. You don't even want to try for this 15% tough niche one. It's too tough, right? So then you would click this final one here, okay? So then I would say, okay, good. Then I'll copy that. I can export that to CSV, or I can copy that, and I can take this to Notepad. I could paste them in here. Boom. Okay, there's your pages you're building out. that you know you've done the research already of what gives you the best final ROI. Because at the end of the day, SEO tip number 9 and 9.1, you need the highest final ROI. It is so crucially important. And it's so easy to get with our AI. Just very, very quickly, it does all the work for you. That's why we built it, so we could use it in doing this tip, doing this tactic, which we know is crucially important. All right. So any questions there, guys? Any questions about how that works? What you would suggest about those things? If you guys don't have any questions, let me go here to see if people watching have any questions. So Doran, I hope that answers your question. That's how we go out and choose clusters and how we choose which pages we would build for. We don't just take some kind of topical authority kind of information hierarchy. You can do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm not saying you can't do that. But I would rather, instead of ranking for some keyword that informationally Google's AI thinks is relevant, but has no searches and makes no money, I would rather just be building my site, because at the end of the day, a big site ranks better. It doesn't have to have some form of hierarchy. It just doesn't, right? So, sorry?
I said I got a quick question when you're done.
Sure. Or at least that's what my opinion is. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to get into too much in depth into this stuff. If you want to get more in depth into it, join SEO University, and we get more into it. But you need to be able to build a bigger site, and quite frankly, you should be building that on the reason why we don't have a topical cluster tool in our app is because we don't build sites that way, because it doesn't have the final ROI. We are not building pages that rank high enough, fast enough, if we don't have an AI analyzing the final ROI. So this is a golden tip that will make you succeed. Instead of just going to chat, the worst thing you can do is go to ChatGPT and ask it, what subpages should I have? Or what are some topical cluster things? And then it gives them to you and you build those pages out. They don't have a good final ROI. You're not spending the right money to ranking ratio, right? You need to optimize every dollar an hour you spend doing SEO. You need to get maximal benefit and result out of that, or your business is not successful, right? That's standard business process analysis, which I used to teach at university. At Fanshawe College, I taught it in London, Ontario. You need, in terms of every business process needs to be the most efficient as possible, or your business will fail. So please listen to me and take this golden tip. Every page you build out needs to be that has the final ROI. To do this, just fire up SEOcopilotai.com. It's super easy to do. Click the ones that you want to build and see the ones that are the same page or a different page, and you will get a list of the pages you want here. You'll get a list of the pages you want to start with, and I'd go further down as well, and I'd get more, and we build like whatever, 5 at a time, 6 at a time, 10 at a time with AI. It's super easy to do. And also another easy thing to do here, let me show you again quickly. I won't share my screen, but the people watching the video will see it. Another way you can quickly and easily do this is sort by keyword difficulty. You could just sort by keyword difficulty, and you can get the easier ones at the top that are super easy if you're in a really hard niche. You're like, Josh, what if I'm working in a niche that everything is average or tough, which is entirely possible? What would you do? Well, I would double click this, and I would sort it by the easiest niches first, and then I would start building from there. So if you double click it, hello, photo booth rental is up 1,400%. Interesting. That's what I would do. Here, like photo map booth, it still makes some money. It's got some money, and it's very easy to rank for. It's 60% easier than the rest of SEO, right? If you want to look at it that way. That's how our AI looks at it. You know, you want it to be in SEO. SEO ranks queries for different niches. All queries and niches are all the same at the end of the day. You want to work on the easiest ones, quite frankly, because you want to optimize your business process. So I would double click keyword difficulty and just start ranking for the very easiest ones, the ones that also make money, right? See the ones that also have traffic and make money, and you start ranking for those ones here is what you would start doing. And they're easy, tons of easy keywords to go for here. Look at all the easy keywords I could go for here. Tons and tons and tons and tons of them. So it's super awesome to use the tool and to find the easiest keywords. And you can do it pretty darn easily using our system. Go ahead, Greg.
So I've got an existing site and I find all these keywords through the methods you just outlined. And I want to know if I already have content that sort of takes care of those keywords in terms of, you know, query intent and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to be just duplicating another page and
Right.
sort of competing against. So
Right.
how would I go about taking those keywords and then determining if my existing site, is it a check or an X? Meaning, X, throw it out, check,
Yeah,
go
no,
for it.
completely. I'll show you. So that's a great question. So that's SEO tip. What am I at now? Nine? What am I at? I'm at SEO tip nine.
You're on 9 point something. Maybe
9.2. Okay. So here's SEO tip 9.3. What if you already have an existing site? And Greg asks here's Greg's question. Or Luca will put that in there. Okay, great. And so so the question is, I have an existing site already. I see your method of going for the keywords that have the biggest final ROI, but I have an existing site already. I've been building for years. How do I know if I already have pages existing and I'm going to get keyword cannibalization? Here's an easy, free way of checking on that, of whether or not you already have pages ranking for it. What you would do, here, I'll share the screen here so you guys can see. This is what you do. You go here. Let me move this over here. And let me move that down. Okay, what you do is, let me just do an example. Let me do photo booth rental. Okay, so this is a general search, and we got booth by mail, nationwide photo booth rentals. Okay, I'm just going to choose these guys. Okay? So I'm going to go here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a site colon search. So the site colon search is going to tell you all the pages that are on this site that Google has indexed, more or less, and there's 39, right? So I'll make that bigger. It's a site colon search. You put the site colon in front like this. And then what I would do, let's say this is my client who I'm building for. Then what I would do is I go to my list of pages and I'm trying to build for them here. And let's see, do they have something already for photo shoot booth, or can I build a page for that? Okay, then I search in quotes, photo shoot booth. And boom, they do not have it. They do not have something for photo shoot booth. And I can even cast a wider net and be like, do they have something in general for this? I see photo booth. See photo booth. I do not see anything for photo booth, right? So boom, I can build that for them. The next one I can do is photo booths for rent. And it just takes 3 seconds here to check all these. They don't have anything for photo booths for rent. Okay. Do they have picture booth wedding? Now, they might have something generally photo booths for rent. They do have photo booth rental, but you could still photo booth rental. That may or may not be the same as the one previously. If you want to know for sure, you could check here and go go rentals and check rentals. There's no rentals results coming up here. So it's not clustered with the other one, right? Because I know this was clustered with a bunch of other ones, but rentals doesn't come up with it. So I know that it's not clustered. I know that it's not keyword cannibalization. I know I can build for this. And I can do picture booth wedding. And so you can just go through the list, and this is the easiest way to do it. When you're building 10 pages at a time, just search all 10 and see, no, they don't have anything for it that's directly on it. And do they have something that's generally for it? They talk about, yeah, you can do wedding, but it's on the index page. And if it's on the index page, they don't have a specific page for it. They have a DIY wedding photo with wedding photo booth rental. But again, that might not be the same as picture booth wedding. Let me check here for rental. Do they have a wedding one here? Wedding picture booth rental is 2,900. So you could decide, maybe they have one close enough to this already. I don't want to do keyword cannibalization on it. So that's how you would do it. You would go down the list out of your 10 pages or whatever you're building for your client, or the 10 pages you're working on for now. You break it down to chunks. You search all 10 with a site colon, and it'll tell you whether or not you can build pages for it. So that's the easy way to do it. Make sense, Greg?
Yeah, makes sense. I thought you were going to show Google Search Console, but this is even easier. So yeah,
Yeah,
that
this
makes,
is the easiest way, and you can do it for a client without even having to have access to their Search Console.
right.
You can use
Yeah,
Search
thanks.
Console to do it as well. You could go into Search Console, but I don't want to take this too long, so we'll just leave it at that.
Oh, this is perfect. If it's like under 10, like that would take you like 2 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
Less.
And this is
Yeah.
something we can easily build into the AI to scrape and do as well, quite frankly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we could.
which would be a good idea for us to do. All right, let's see what other questions you guys have. Doran says, is there filtering by country or city? Yes, we have filtering by country or city. We have location filtering. There was a bug in it, but we should have it fixed very shortly. This person asks, am I an AI? Yes, I am an AI. I'm secretly a robot. You found the secret. Oh no. The firm in UK says, thanks. That example helped clarify competing pages. Good. I'm glad that helped out. All right. So I want to keep these as short as possible. So we're under an hour, so that's great. So that's a bunch of tips and some mini tips in between there. We'll cut those out into shorts as short as possible. We'll try to keep them under 5 minutes each one. And you can, and it'll say for a longer explanation, come watch this video. That will have the longer produced video. So, guys, if again to reiterate, your business process, your SEO needs to be lean and mean. In 2024, moving forward, your SEO needs to be lean and mean. What I mean by that is, for every minute you spend doing SEO and for every dollar you spend doing SEO, you need to be getting the maximal final ROI possible. To get the maximal final ROI possible, you need to have an AI which tells you what has the highest final ROI. So you know you're going for the keywords that are the easiest, but also have the most raw money behind them. And our AI finds that for you very quickly and very easily. You can just click them here. I can also click find the boosting keywords, which is SEO tip number 10, which is what I'll go to next week when I continue doing this. And you'd find the boosting keywords that would guarantee your higher rankings for these queries. I can guarantee that if you use our system to find the keywords, you will come in at page 3. Page 3 at worst is what you'll come in at. You'll go even higher if you have a powerful site or you're a top level expert, which I'll talk about in future SEO tips as well. But for someone in the industry to be able to guarantee something is pretty interesting. And so I'll talk about that in SEO tip number 10. But you need to use SEO tip number 9 is you need to find the final ROI. It's crucially important for you to optimize your business processes, that you're the leaner and meaner than your competitors, which means in this race of SEO, it means that you will come out on top and you will win. All right, on behalf of Greg and Ryan, I'd like to thank you guys for listening and watching. This has been the SEO Plus AI show. Tune in next week. We'll have more tips for you, and good luck in the SERPs. Now let's see if
Thanks,
I can
guys.
find out how to close this